What's up, YouTube? Welcome, Rusty Rides Garage here, back on the Impala today. We're going to be fixing this dent here, and then we're going to start cutting out this lower section. Still, we got bad rusted area here, some up through here, and some over here. So, I'm using this nice dolly here. I'm going to be putting it behind that dent and then slowly working it out with my regular body hammer. I really like these body hammers. Bought a set of them from Harbor Freight. They work good. I think the whole set was like 20 bucks. I use these for my go-to, just kind of straining things out. Don't use them as my finishing hammers. So, once again, back on the Impala, we're going to start removing that lower quarter panel so we can start prepping the inner wheel well, or the outer wheel well, so we could go ahead and start getting the match panel on. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this huge dent right here, and then I'll show you the progress. Okay, well, the good old body hammer didn't work too well, so we had to get out the old 4500 Spitznagel. Some nice little Spitznagels here. Get on it, strain it out. It's pretty much as straight as we can get it. The guy who did the last repair welded up some of these trim holes and ended up causing some warps, but we got this one pretty straight. We're going to go ahead and cut these off, and then we're going to go ahead and acid wash this, edge prime this, and start getting it ready. Cut off that lower spot, or that lower quarter. Like you can see, we went ahead and grind the area, did some Spitznagels. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take some of this rust remover. Pretty cheap stuff. I just buy it at my local Walmart. We're going to go ahead and do a little rust removal on the top quarter here. That way we can get it all prepped for the removal of the bottom. See, it's kind of spotted here and there of rust. So once again, we're going to use this nice little rust remover, bucket of water. I like to lay a tarp down on the shop floor so it doesn't mess up the concrete. And I like to use a nice red Scotch-Brite. So I go ahead and do a little acid washing. And always remember, when you're doing any kind of acid washing, vinegar and water, any type of washing of rust or prepping of metal for paint, always make sure to wear a good pair of rubber gloves. These ones, pretty cheap. I buy them through Harbor Freight, box at a time. Work good. Well, we're going to go ahead and do the wash here, and I'll bring you on back. Voila! Through the magic of YouTube. You now see that our acid washes went ahead and washed away all of the rust. It's pretty much rust free. There's a little bit of a cloudy right there, but that'd go away once we use the metal prep. But as you can see, it's all rust free. It's looking really good. We're going to use some right stuff on it. Go ahead and prep it, clean it, and get it ready for edge primer. Okay. Got it all masked off, threw a couple shop towels up there. We ain't going much above that line. As you can see, metal prep's all done. It's all clean metal, ready to go. There's our nice little warp spot that's nicely pulled out. Little skim coat, we'll be alright. We're going to use a different edge primer today because the local paint store didn't have the other one, but they told me go ahead and try this one out for the same price. We're going to see how it does. So we're going to go ahead and put the first coat on this quarter, and we'll see how it looks. Alright, the top half has been all edge primed and sealed up. Now we laid our tape line right on that weld line of the old half-quarter patch panel. And we're going to go ahead and do a wide cut, kind of just rough cut out, so we can look down inside and get a better idea of what's going on. So we're going to go ahead and slice this all out and then take a look at what we got. Well, there we go. We cut a nice big chunk out of the center, so we can kind of just get a look at what's going on. There's quite a bit of surface rust on that trunk. I guess you would call it trunk pan lower extension. Hopefully we could get most of that to clean up. The guy was so envious about washing his car. I think he well lost his chamois. So I think that's been there a while. That's what I'd say. It's interesting what you'd find tucked down inside these old cars. So now we're just going to go back on another day, go ahead and trim up all this edging, cut off this bottom edging, and then start figuring out. I got pretty bad rust on this outer lower wheel well that we're going to have to go in and make a patch panel. Most of the rest of the wheel well looks somewhat alright. We have our one piece there. Towards the end, we're going to have to make a match panel. Now the reason we're making match panels is it's a little bit easier to patch one or two spots on the outer wheel well than it is to go in and split that line right there and go ahead and replace that whole thing. So we're just going to make a couple patches. Make sure we use lots of rust remover, good edge primer. Go back through and seal this all back up. The new half quarter. I think the customer would be real happy with it. I'm sorry about the angles of my videos. Just dealing with what I got, people. Which is just a simple phone. Hopefully I'll get big enough and grow a little bit that you guys all want to see other videos. I could go buy a decent camera. But as you can see, we cut a nice big chunk out of that too. And there's a little bit of dirt. Rust always built up down in these lower quarters of the Chevy, so we'll go ahead and vacuum that out. You can see part of the patch we already did for the wheel well. We'll go ahead and clean that up while we're in here. Coat it. We'll recoat this whole wheel well. But today's progress was getting it all acid washed, that dent pulled out the best we could, and a nice big chunked out so we could start seeing what the inner structure looks like. Like I said, we're looking not too bad on that wheel well. There's definitely, it's hard to tell, there's definitely going to need a match panel down in each corner and a bit along the sides. But we'll go ahead and finish cutting all this out here around the door jamb where they tucked it in. And what we're going to do is go along their seam line, and we're going to grind off all this weld and re-separate it and clean it up to our etch primer line, re-prep it and get it ready for panel bond. Now a lot of you probably wondering why we're going panel bond it instead of weld it. Well, actually 3M makes a panel bond that holds, according to them, 10 times stronger than any man-made weld, and that's going to save us a lot of heat up here on the quarter where it's already been stressed from welding up those chrome holes, and a big old spot right here where we had to go ahead and use the Spitznagel hammer and dolly. We still got a little bit of finish work through here, but it's a lot straighter than what it was. I don't know if you can, I don't know if I can get you, but well, that's it for today. I gotta get on in, make some phone calls, order some parts. So for now, keep on restoring. Talk to you guys later. Bye.